Good afternoon and happy Sunday. My name is Nyoka Lynn. So I was sitting in my chair this morning, drinking my tea, enjoying the rain, and I kept hearing over and over in my head different things that I've heard people say, different posts that I've read online. And what stood out to me is people saying, "Oh, better be careful. Don't drum up that old demon in me. You don't want to see that side of me. Oh, don't let the old me show up. I'll show you." Look, if you've got the same kind of things that made you mad in the beginning when that demon had to show itself, and the same kind of people keep showing up in your life, that old demon, that old belief, that anger, that pain, that hurt, never went anywhere. It's still there. And how do I know it's still there? Because you keep attracting the same kind of people in your life. So what you're doing is you're trying to put a mask on, trying to be sweet and wonderful, like everything is lovely. But when they're mirroring your true frequency, because you can't hide from that. You cannot hide from your true frequency. You can't do it. So when they show up mirroring what you've got going on, you feel hurt. You feel betrayed. Like, how could you do this to me? I've been so good to you. Yeah, there's something going on inside here. It could be an old pain you haven't addressed. It could be a belief that all men suck or all women suck. Or there's something about you that is just not quite good enough. Maybe you've got self-worth issues. Sit back, examine your beliefs. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I hear people say that all the time. Oh, you don't want to see the old me. Don't let the old me show up. That old you got hurt. Something inside of you attracted somebody in relationship, in a partner kind of relationship. Could be a work relationship. Could be just friends. Whatever. But somebody showed up to hurt your feelings the same way again. It's your responsibility to find out how you attracted that. I used to always say, I'm so good to people, I don't understand, I'm good to my partners, blah, 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 blah. And why do they do this? And I used to get confused because I used to think, well, I don't do those things that they do. So what is this like attracts like? Well, the like is this. If you have a belief about yourself that you don't measure up some kind of how, that you're not good enough, or whatever, you're going to attract somebody in your life to hurt your feelings one way or another. They may lie to you, they may cheat on you, they may do all kind of horrible things. But ask yourself, do I put up for it? Do I put up with it for a while? Do I think it's justified? Do I make excuses for them? Am I trying to prove my worthiness to them by just being so good and showing up for them over and over again? Do I work myself to the point of exhaustion for people? Or am I a fixer-upper? Yeah. Oh, they got issues, but it's not bad. I don't want to be alone, so I'm going to put up with your behavior, and I'm just going to prove to you how wonderful I am. Yeah, I'm going to prove to you that I'm just so wonderful. You're not going to help but love me because I love you so much and I'm showing you how good I am. Good luck with that. Look, I'm not saying that every time a relationship goes through troubles that it's bad. No. I mean, individuals have their own personal desires, wants, likes, dislikes, whatever, quirks. A lot of things can be worked out. A lot of them can. But when it gets really bad, I can remember a time where things were getting absolutely dangerous for me. And I had the church behind me. Oh, sister, pray him through, pray him through. Oh, bullshit. I did that for a long time. Yeah. And what happened? It could have cost me my life. Almost did. And of course, I left, and I'm thinking, I'm out. I am so out. And so, yeah, you know, you have emotions. That is your guidance system. People are going to show up and mirror what you've got going on. So when you examine how you feel about things, and you examine, how hurt you feel. Oh, well, I don't understand. They just keep hurting me and hurting me. Are you putting up with it and putting up with it? Are you addressing it, thinking, oh, well, they'll change, they'll see how wonderful I am? Or do you just keep attracting the same one? Are you just processing relationships? Well, that one didn't work, kick it to the curb, next, then go in that relationship. But you haven't addressed your situation. You haven't addressed what you need to be accountable for about beliefs and feelings that you have about situations. So you keep processing all these relationships, and what does that do? That compounds that belief that, oh, men suck, women suck, I'm just not good enough, something must be wrong with me. No, no. It can be as simple as having some unworthy issues inside of you. It could be that you have formed a belief about people. Oh, well, these kind of people, they just, men, they're going to use you, abuse you, cheat on you. They're going to do all these things to you. And you have that belief. You have that belief because it's been proven to you how many times. So when the next one comes up and you have that belief, what's going to happen? You're a powerful soul. You are very powerful. Your beliefs will attract what is real for you in your life. In your life. I heard one young lady say, there are no good men out there. How do you know that? How do you know that? I've heard a man say, oh, all women want the same thing. They just want to grab your wallet, run you dry, and my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Yeah, I guess it justifies our pain, right? When we lash out. That's another thing. How many times have I heard people say, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to make you hurt just like you hurt me. I want you to feel my pain. If I can't have you, nobody's going to have you. Wow. Instead of addressing the fact that you attracted them in your life, instead of looking at it as the lesson that it is, because look, you're mirrored. You are mirrored 24/7. Everything around you is a reflection of you. So if you don't like your reflection, change you. Change you. Wow. Yeah. So yes, how does your relationship feel? Are you coping in this relationship? Are you settling because you don't feel like you measure up? This is all you're able to get? How many young women have I heard that have children? Well, I have these kids. Who's going to take me on with kids? Your beliefs are powerful. Your beliefs are very powerful. Pay attention to what's going on in here and in here. Yes, because it will determine what is real for you, what shows up in your life. It will determine that. Yeah. And then there's women mostly that I hear. I'm just staying by myself. Guilty. I'm just staying by myself. Yeah. But then, when you sit back and you start learning about how you attract and why you attract and stuff like that, you see things from a different point of view. Yeah. I do know one thing. It may have felt difficult going through all my little lessons. And I'm sure there are plenty more. I can guarantee it. But it may not have felt good. But the place where I'm at now, I have peace in my heart. I have peace in my mind. I love my peace. I love having a clarity about how things happen because it makes my life easier. If something painful shows up, I have to look at it and think, how did I attract that? And I get honest with myself. I don't beat myself up. No, I don't beat, I used to. But I don't beat myself up. Neither should you. You're a human being. You're here to explore. You're here to have fun. You're here to create. Yes, you're here to do all kind of wonderful things. And yes, you're here to learn some pretty powerful lessons. Your guidance system is helping you along the way. So if your hose is kinked and your life's not going exactly the way you think it should go, examine your beliefs, because that's what shows up around you. Mm-hmm. Are people treating you shitty, like, they're just rude or hurtful or whatever? I'm so grateful that I have people around me that are sweet. Yeah, I'm sure there are some that have little agendas, but I don't judge them either, and I see it for where it is. I can pretty much, let's just say, read their field, if you will, and sometimes I can feel their hurts or whatever, and I can tell what's going on with them. They're on their path. They're going through their lessons just like I am. And like we all are. Okay, so yeah, the little demons. Don't let that demon in me show up again. Let's not resurrect that demon. Well, if you're attracting the same kind of people, the demon is large and in charge. Is sitting there in your frequency, in your field. Yes, like attracts like. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's what I want to say about that. It's not a hard thing. It's harder. It's harder having to go through it over and over and over again. So I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, it's a lot of work having to. No, it's not. Not really. It's harder having to go through the same crap over and over and over again. It beats you down. It will beat you down. You're tired? Don't want to get hurt like that anymore? Take the time to sit with yourself. Examine your beliefs. How do I feel about men or women? How do I feel about people in general? I hear people say, I just don't like people. Yeah. Anyway, those people that don't like other people usually don't like themselves either. Yeah. Remember, your life, your world, with your beliefs, will reflect. Everything will reflect back to you. Stand in the mirror, smile. Smiles back at you. You're sitting there weepy and miserable, frowning. Everything around you is going to be the same. If you're bitter and angry, everything around you is going to be the same. And things are just going to keep showing up to make you feel the same kind of way. So if you don't like what's looking back at you, you've got to sit down and take a hard look at yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. It's okay. Embrace it and say, okay, I understand why you're there. This hurts you, that hurts you. But this is why. So we have to fix this now. Yeah. Seems silly? What's more silly is having to go through the same thing over and over and over again, and let your life just go by you with the same lesson repeated over and over again. Imagine being in school, and you're in the 3rd grade, okay? And you didn't pass, you stayed back. Okay, so the next year you're in 3rd grade. You didn't learn that lesson that you needed to learn. You stayed back. And it keeps happening. What's more tiring? Wouldn't it be easier to study it a little bit and pass and get to the next level? Okay. Well, I was going to read, but I think I'm going to find me a good movie. Make me another cup of tea. I'm hooked on It's ginger, turmeric, and lemon, and peppermint. Yum. All right. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. My name is Nayoka Lynn. Namaste.